OnePlus Pad Go. The OnePlus Pad Go is slim, pretty, and fairly priced, making you feel way richer than your actual student bank balance deserves. Unfortunately, its glossy screen doubles as a low-tech makeup mirror, so dark lecture slides mean goodbye, notes, and hello. Awkward eye contact with yourself. Handy for browsing or streaming, but push it too hard and it forgets it's supposed to be a tablet. More potato than powerhouse. 6 out of 10. Xiaomi Pad 6s Pro. With the Xiaomi Pad 6s Pro, you get a huge ultra-bright screen, fabulous speedy performance, and even 6 speakers that scream, "Please procrastinate longer" every time you open Netflix. It handles note-taking, multitasking, and even mobile gaming like it's clocked in for overtime. But be warned, the stylus and keyboard cost extra, and there is no OLED magic to dazzle your tired student eyes. For the price, though, it's practically a big, smart bargain bin win. 8 out of 10. Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 FE. The Galaxy Tab S9 FE throws in a stylus for free and looks like a sibling to Samsung's fancy models, flaunting its water resistance so you do not have to panic about spilled ramen. The screen is sharp and smooth, and the battery lasts, but its brain sometimes feels a bit slow. Think diligent student who spaced out during math class. It nails the all-purpose student vibe, but it is not the top champion if you crave pure speed. 7 out of 10. Microsoft Surface Pro 11. The Surface Pro 11 feels like your backpack finally got a Windows-powered brain upgrade, and it's ready to handle whatever essays, slideshows, or random Netflix binge you throw at it. Battery life is decent if you treat it gently. Crank up the brightness, and it'll fizzle out by sunset. But the speed and versatility almost make up for the price tag that hits harder than finals week. If you want every Windows app on your tablet and the power to multitask like a caffeinated owl, this is your nerdy dream come true. But prepare to pay as much as for a used car. 7 out of 10. Xiaomi Redmi Pad SE. The Redmi Pad SE is like finding a gourmet meal deal when you were expecting instant noodles. For the price, it's unexpectedly sturdy and zippy for web browsing, streaming, and even some gaming. The display is pretty good for studying or scrolling memes during lectures, but keep it away from direct sunlight unless you like squinting and pretending you're at the beach. Battery life is shockingly resilient for marathon cramming, though charging it is slower than waiting for your professor to read emails. 8 out of 10. Lenovo Tab M9. The Lenovo Tab M9 is the quiet kid in class that suddenly aces the pop quiz. It's cheap, surprisingly solid, and handles basic school tasks and light gaming without breaking a sweat. The display is bright enough for a budget device, but sharpness and speed lag behind, making app opening a small adventure. Do not expect dazzling videos or photo sessions here. Storage and battery life punch above their weight, yet with only up to 4 gigabytes of memory, multitasking is more of a cautious dance than a fast sprint. 6 out of 10. OnePlus Pad 3. For students who love multitasking and have a weakness for pretty screens, this giant slab packs a 13.2-inch display that's so crisp, even your doodles look artistic. It's powered by a wild Snapdragon chip and a battery that laughs at all-nighters, but the cameras are basically there just to remind you not to take tablet selfies. Android's app game still gets lost in the woods compared to Apple, so unless you worship specs above all, maybe keep shopping. 6 out of 10. Samsung Galaxy Tab S10 Ultra. Welcome to Tablet XXL. With a display that's almost 15 inches, the Tab S10 Ultra is perfect if your notes need panoramic space. It's absurdly thin, runs like a caffeinated cheetah on the latest media tech, and brings AI party tricks. But let's be honest, this beast is as portable as a textbook and will have your backpack asking for mercy. S Pen magic and battery life do a lot for productivity, but most students might wonder why it feels like homework at this price. 7 out of 10. Apple iPad 10th Gen. The iPad 10th Gen is basically the student classic. Featherweight, has just enough power for endless note-taking or doom scrolling, and offers more color choices than your local stationery store. It's zippy with the A14 chip and battery life that outlast your lectures, but wishful multitaskers will still hit app limits, and the Apple Pencil story here is stuck in the slow lane. For simple campus life, it's a safe bet. Just don't expect it to replace your laptop, unless you're in denial. 8 out of 10. Samsung Galaxy Tab A9 Plus. Here's the student's best friend on a budget. You get a roomy 11-inch screen and a micro SD slot that gobbles up extra notes and memes, but be prepared to make peace with its chunky bezels and just okay brightness. It flips through basic tasks like web browsing and binge watching easily, but struggles when multitasking becomes more advanced, or if you try to game like your future hangs in the balance. It won't win coolest in class, but for this price, let's call it functional and fun. Like a solid, close enough on your homework. 6 out of 10. OnePlus Pad 2. Sleek to the touch with a 12.1-inch display that dares you to daydream during class, the OnePlus Pad 2 loads apps faster than your heart when you see the exam schedule, thanks to a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 engine and more battery life than most students' social stamina. No microSD slot and average cameras might have you side-eyeing it. But when it comes to performance and smooth school multitasking, few tablets are this downright zippy at this price. For students who want to flex tech-savvy style and serious speed, this one's the head of the class, with a single trip to the principal for missing expandable storage. 8 out of 10. Apple iPad 9th Gen. Apple's classic tablet brings a 10.2-inch Retina display that's still sharp enough to spot typos from across the room, a battery that keeps going even as you doom scroll through essays, and the almighty A13 chip that handles your school life chaos cool as ever. It's not the flashiest pick now, with less zippy cameras and no face unlock drama, but for note-takers and casual gamers digging reliability in the Apple universe, it's a trusted companion that won't ghost you halfway through the semester. Not new, but still trustworthy, like your favorite professor's jokes. Just don't expect next-gen wizardry for this price. 7 out of 10. Lenovo Yoga Tab Plus. Bright, sharp screen and loud speakers make lectures sound like concerts, and you get a pen and keyboard tossed in so you can doodle right as the professor's explaining quadratic equations. The battery is decent, and it's priced way lower than any premium tablet, but at 640 grams, this thing's heavier than your unreturned library books. If you need a stylish study buddy and don't mind skipping perfect blacks for more cash in your wallet, this is the move. 7 out of 10. Microsoft Surface Go 4. Smooth and premium design meets a screen that's crisp enough for study notes, but trapped at a boring 60 Hz, like a student stuck in detention. The Surface Pen is fantastic for scribbling, and the typing cover clicks in satisfyingly, but slow performance means even loading PowerPoint feels like watching grass grow. If you're not in a rush and love classic Windows, grab it, but for speed demons, keep searching. 5 out of 10. Apple iPad Pro M4. Outrageous performance packs enough power to launch a small spacecraft, and the new OLED screen is so vivid, you'll want to rewrite your essays just for an excuse to stare at it. The Pencil Pro support is perfect for art or notes, and the whole tablet is so thin it could pass for your gym card. If only it didn't cost the equivalent of a semester's tuition. If your wallet survives, this is the student tablet to beat. 9 out of 10. Xiaomi Pad 7s Pro. Packed with a Snapdragon brain and a screen that laughs in the face of glare, this tablet breezes through homework and binge sessions like it's training for the Olympics. The matte anti-reflective display is a nifty feature for sunny library spots, though the audio is only a hair better than your phone and the tablet gets hotter than a pizza oven during gaming marathons. If you want almost all the student essentials without torching your wallet, this sleek pad is a high achiever that misses Apple's top shelf but goes the extra mile for Android lovers. 7 out of 10. Microsoft Surface Laptop Go 4. Microsoft's smallest Surface blends the soul of a laptop with the body of a tablet, and the full HD display is sharper than your professor's retorts after midnight. Typing is comfy, but lap use is a balancing act fit for a circus performer, and you can forget about a juicy 120 Hz refresh rate, which means scrolling isn't buttery but kinda toast. It's pretty portable and decent for essay emergencies, but the bare-bones screen upgrades and fussy kickstand mean you might find it playing second fiddle to more robust tablets. 6 out of 10. Lenovo Tab Plus. Lenovo clearly asked, how loud can we make this thing? And then added 8 JBL speakers and a kickstand, making it the tablet equivalent of a karaoke bar in your backpack. It is thicker and heavier than the skinny competition, but the storage, stylus, and battery life are solid, while the display only wishes it had a few more lumens for sunny days. If you like blasting music while cramming for finals and value features over elegance, this tablet is a riot. Just don't drop it on your toe. 8 out of 10. Honor Magic Pad 2. This tablet flashes a dazzling 12.3-inch OLED screen, so rich and vivid you might start watching study videos just for the colors. The Magic Pad 2 packs punchy audio and battery life that survives your longest procrastination sessions, but you only get face unlock, so good luck if you wake up looking like a tired raccoon. Software updates are about as rare as a professor's curve, but for pure student media binging, it is king. 8 out of 10. Lenovo Legion Tab Gen 3. Snapdragon speed, a 2650 pixels by 1650 pixels display, and a pencil-thin design make the Legion Tab Gen 3 feel like the energetic overachiever in your backpack, but its 8-inch screen means you'll be squinting at those massive textbooks. It multitasks in games like a champ, but the lack of 5G and fingerprint scan makes it as stubborn as your Wi-Fi at dorm parties, and you'll have to settle for Android 17 support. For hardcore student gamers with tiny hands, maybe? For everyone else, it's a fun-size letdown. 6 out of 10. Lenovo Tab P12. With a 12.7-inch matte display, stellar stylus support, and quad speakers blasting Dolby Atmos, the Tab P12 is practically begging students to doodle, stream, and split-screen those endless research articles. Sure, battery life clocks in at just enough to survive a full day, and its gaming chops are more casual Sudoku than intense esports. But for actual schoolwork and distraction-free writing, it feels just right. Affordable, roomy, and genuinely made for studying. Just don't try to play Fortnite at lunch. 7 out of 10. Lenovo Tab M11. This budget-friendly slab wants you to think it's the cool study sidekick, and for basic note-taking and Netflix sneaks, it kind of delivers, especially if you're okay with a screen that only looks bright after a full night in the library. The performance is solid for split-screen cramming and light gaming, and you even get a pen, though it's less Picasso and more potato, so doodle responsibly. If your tuition ate your tech budget and you love deals over dazzling features, this is a decent pick, but prepare for the occasional, wait, why did this crash moment? 6 out of 10. Apple iPad Air 5th Gen. Prepare for buttery smooth notes and endless procrastination, because with its M3 chip, this iPad has more power than you ever need for campus life and probably for running a minor dictatorship. The screen pops even under lecture hall lighting. Battery life breezes through all-day classes, and the build feels fancy enough to demand respect from fellow students, though the price tag might send your wallet into therapy. If you want the most reliable tablet for school, creativity, and TikTok scrolling, without selling a kidney for the pro, this one's truly the valedictorian of student tablets. 9 out of 10. Samsung Galaxy Tab S10 FE. Samsung packs a cinematic screen, built-in water resistance, and an included stylus into a surprisingly sleek package that somehow feels halfway to premium but still stuck in enthusiast territory. Multitasking is pleasant, outdoor brightness keeps up with beachside studying, and the S Pen isn't just a gimmick. But the lack of seamless monitor support and a few usability quirks might frustrate hyper-organizers or future CEOs. For everyone else, it's a flashy, splash-proof, do-everything tablet with enough style for campus fame, but not quite the valedictorian if you want zero compromises. 8 out of 10. Xiaomi Pad 7 Ultra. This beast packs a giant 14-inch bright OLED screen, featherweight design, and battery life that might just outlast your study marathon. Plus, it's rocking Xiaomi's home-cooked chip that actually runs circles around Samsung and Apple. While it feels super premium and thin enough to slip into any bag, there's no waterproofing and it's harder to find than a quiet spot in the library thanks to its China-only launch. For students who want power but don't care about updates or global support, this thing is pure muscle, but watch out for those missing features. 7 out of 10. Google Pixel Tablet. The Pixel Tablet tries to be your study buddy and your smart home DJ in one, with a comfy screen and smooth split-screen multitasking that makes bouncing between homework and YouTube annoyingly easy. Its speaker dock turns it into a giant Nest Hub, but as a pure tablet, it's only mid-range for the price. And honestly, for bored students needing note-taking speed, it's not winning any races. Not bad for families, and great for swapping user profiles. But if you need real student grit, you might look elsewhere. 6 out of 10. Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 FE Plus. Samsung's mid-ranger serves up a 12.4-inch screen, dedicated S Pen for note-taking, and enough battery stamina for all-night cramming. So it's basically built for busy student life. You get smooth performance for PDFs and lectures, plus the DeX mode lets you pretend your tablet's a laptop, no extra keyboard required, and it'll easily keep up in med school or heavy annotation territory. Sure, it's not flagship, fast, or fancy, but for under $500 it delivers all the essentials without blowing your student budget. 8 out of 10. Lenovo Idea Tab Pro. This tablet struts onto the campus scene with a crisp screen and decent stylus support, trying hard to be your academic sidekick but sometimes tripping over laggy apps like your friend who shows up late to every class. The battery life is good enough to survive long lectures, but it won't last through your marathon study plus anime binge sessions, and don't expect magic speeds. It's a bit sluggish when you have all your tabs open. If you want a portable tablet for light note-taking and actual student work, it deserves a nod, just not a standing ovation. 6 out of 10.